Welcome back to episode 2 of my playthrough of John Tiller Software Bulge 44 scenario, the Losheim Gap. The weather for this turn is snow conditions, visibility 2 kilometers, and we could have variable conditions going forward. In the north of the map we have the 272nd Volksgrenadier Division, who are attempting to cut the links north of Monschau. Further south, the 326th Volksgrenadier Division have the important role of clearing the secondary road or the primary road heading northwest towards Monschau. Further south we have the 277th Volksgrenadier Division, which has the difficult task of clearing the secondary road towards the 500 point victory location of Eisenborn. And in the south we have the headquarters 12th Volksgrenadier Division attempting to push through the primary road to Bulge, which is also supported by the 3rd Fallschirmjäger Division. All these formations are supported by plentiful artillery and other formations. The 12th SS Panzer Division and the 1st SS Panzer Division come online at 1600 today. The time at the moment being 0800 hours 16 December. So we'll start our operations today in the north of the map. So the usual prescription here, artillery followed by the assault. It's always a bit difficult to determine how much artillery is necessary. You just have to use your best judgment, but obviously in this case you want to use the minimum amount of artillery you think you can get away with, so you can use it on other targets. Now this guy and the other guy to the south are priority targets because their zone of control overlooks the secondary road. So to keep our supply route clear, we obviously need to push them away at some stage, and I think with these guys we might as well do it now. In some instances you may feel you have a encirclement plan in progress, so it's best first then to encircle them, then reduce them obviously, but that's a situation by situation decision you have to make. Turn 3 or 1000 hours. The victory dialogue indicates we are probably tracking okay at this stage, given it's a 15 turn scenario. So 139, so we're not far away from avoiding a major defeat, but this does not matter too much at this stage. The 272nd managed to get themselves disrupted, so we couldn't get an assault in. So I decided to move one away in the hope that he can get undisrupted. Feeling pretty positive about this move towards the bridge. Next turn, with a bit of luck, we'll be able to put our zone of control over the entrance to the bridge from our perspective. So that then should force the virtual supply trucks around the long way. Was hoping that the artillery would dispose of the broken unit so that I could use the movement points of my units to move rather than attack. But sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes even when you attack broken units, they manage to hang on. So it can be frustrating, but at least they can't attack us. So at least these guys now are down to less than 100 men, so we should be able to take them out next turn. So I would like to disrupt this unit next, especially as he has given us the chance to attack him in transport mode. Usually my first priority is to use the artillery on the enemy artillery, and I was thinking, oh, do I use it on these vehicles and try and disrupt them so that I can assault that square, or do I go for the artillery in the next hex to the west? Because I was really keen to assault these guys and get rid of them if I could. Note the big difference in casualties between a unit in transport mode and those in deployed mode. Initially thought I'd surrounded those two American units in the middle, but if you look closely, there's one hex spare, which is the one along the road. These American units in the forest look incredibly vulnerable. They can only move one hex at a time in the forest, and in the north there we're very close to being able to get down that road, which will quickly put these guys out of supply. So it's only that the 277th are a little bit weak at the southern end of this line, that their position isn't absolutely terrible. Meanwhile, our engineers start their good work of building bridges. So it's 1000 now, and we get our SS Panzer divisions at 1600, so hopefully by then we'll have all our bridges completed. Meanwhile, down south our position is looking very promising, but we have no recon, so we don't know just how in depth the American defences are at this point. The very good supply of artilleries making the 12th Volks Grenadier Division look quite powerful at this point. We've been able to push the Amies out of the trenches to date. They haven't suffered too much in the process, and that was certainly helpful. So we can be reasonably optimistic about the 1st SS Panzer Division perhaps having good access from this southern part of the map. On that note, perhaps part of our problem going forward will be once the 12th VG get out of range of the artillery, I dare say their effectiveness will suffer greatly, so that'll be an issue for us, figuring out how to move the artillery forward effectively in staged process so that we don't lose all of the support in one go. Was hoping to pin that broken Amy unit in place with this armoured unit, but I'm one hex short. Well, as turn 3 draws to a close, we can certainly say we're making excellent progress in the south, and 326th is making very good progress in the north. So next turn is 1200 hours, so I think we're looking in pretty good shape at this stage. Just need to get our bridges built and then see just how in depth these American defences are. Well, 2 bridges were completed, so I'm interested to have a look at those. 17 artillery units unavailable, that's a bit sad. But other than that, it doesn't look too bad. So we can look forward to moving into turn 4 next time. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers. Enjoy your gaming.